Have you ever needed to use a stock photo? You know, if you're a CEO of a company and you need company things. Yes, because my demographic is 50-year-old CEOs. And you know, there are lots of normal ones, like here and here and here and here. I just learned how to add pictures to videos and I'm going to milk it as much as I can, even though it's a very basic skill. But then there are these weird stock photos and it's like, oh, and I'm gonna look at some because I can. Now the first one, I don't know why it's on this list. It seems pretty normal to me. I mean, that just looks like my Sunday afternoon. As you can see, a bunch of kids are doing the thing with a knife where you do this to impress everyone. They're not wearing shirts and the kid at the back is crying. So in case you are blind, here I am explaining to you what's on the picture. You are welcome. The thing is, the grandma doesn't even look that concerned. She's just kind of like, what an inconvenience to pause my lesson of stabbing. And when would you need to use this? Actually, I can think of a few situations when you could use this. Yeah, when teaching kids to be responsible with knives. I don't know why they're all blonde and shirtless. Now this is just, a lot of these are just lol, xd, random, haha, funny, look how random, a cat looking in the distance while a man's arms are going through the laptop clicking on the keys. Gasp. This could have a deeper meaning that we're just making fun of when we just don't understand it because our brains are too small. See, what it's trying to say is that humans do such strange things that the cats are just crazy and creep them out that they don't even want to look at us. Excuse me? Okay, this I just can't. I'm gonna have to censor the butt. Now you may think that they've switched body parts, but no, they've switched souls. The horse is still the man, as in the man is the... I'm coughing a lot because this is really bringing up emotion in me. Not a lot of good ones. The horse is like, bro, why'd you take my real head? Now I look stupid. And the horse is just like, this one's just kind of cute. How is this weird? Except maybe the toes. But I mean, people have feet. I hate when stock photos have those stupid all over the thing. Look at me explaining away. I know what it's there for, but doesn't mean I like it and the world should be catered for me. Ah, a woman throwing spaghetti in the forest. At first I thought it was some those party popper things, but upon further examination and reading the title I can see that it is in fact spaghetti. Maybe she's feeding the poor, but they're not in the frame because they're too poor and couldn't afford to be in the picture. At first I was like, okay, this is like what? Like a guy's proposing and then he shoves her into the pool and she drowns. Oh no. I recognize the woman on the right. I still have to do this, by the way. If anyone ever proposes to me, I'm fucked. I'll be like, oh, yep, put the ring on. I recognize that woman. She's in a lot of stock photos. And that man actually, but I can't see the, oh god. This isn't PG and all of you are 10. So I'll scroll. A woman smiling while caressing the dead man's arm. Maybe she just is really sad and has a hard time processing her emotions. This could easily be used to show the dangers of stalkers and criminals. Why is the computer turned off? To portray that she's blind, as she can't see the computer, so we as an audience can also not see what's on there as it is a black screen, and blind people would not recognize that there is a robber standing right there in the window in pure sight. I don't think pure sight is a saying. A little kid putting ham into a CD. You know, kids do that. They put round objects into the CD holder and see what happens. At least that's what quirky parents say that their kids do. I don't know if it actually ever happens, but of the fact that the kid is kind of ugly and the hair is just... I'm not in a position to comment on people's hair. You know, sometimes people get high and they imagine things. You can tell I don't know a lot about drugs. I don't think you hallucinate when you're high. This is a very high concept. I really can't be bothered to try to even analyze this. It's just a cat snake with a pumpkin bowl filled with some soup in a pumpkin patch. And it looks something from Harry Potter. And I don't know why I keep speaking like this. It's getting really annoying. I will wash my hair. There's a reason why. Okay, it's just a woman shoving a rod into... I don't see what's weird. It says to look at the hand. Should I call the ambulance already? What, is she like in pain? Nope, looks fine to me. If you notice anything weird with this picture, please comment down below because I'm starting to feel a little bit silly, Billy. Oh, a woman Hitler peeling potatoes. Her or his lap. Maybe it's to portray that if Hitler had kids, that would have been terrible because they would look like this. Although, did Hitler have kids? I think he did. Fuck. A woman saying no to a potato. Maybe she's on a diet and she can't even have a raw potato. Don't assume. This is just really lol, random XD, quirky, funny, haha, look, I was bored and I run out of ideas for stock photos. I'm gonna put a woman in a huge glass shoe, put 2 kinds of wheels on the shoe and make the shoe a motorbike. And I think this is fake because it doesn't look like a real stop photo. It's because I was looking at the stoplights, my brain got confused. Oh wow, the stoplights have a cat. Doesn't even make sense because they're not on the side where the cat can actually see them. Is the cat wearing a hat? The woman's face looks like something that someone would edit out from a 2009 party photo. This is a man just tending to a blubberfish. You know these fish things? They're meant to look like this when they're like in the actual sea level underneath where they're supposed to be, but they only get really ugly when you take them out of that sea level. I feel like there's a metaphor in there somewhere. I can't be bothered to unpack it. But that man looks deeply concerned. He's probably dead, both of them. Well, it's just as simple, the roles have reversed. Now the woman is in the cage and the bird is reading a book. Do people read books to their birds? I don't know. Aww, aww, so cute. Lol, stop struggling and let me stab you. Oh, just a couple play fighting. Sometimes a little knife gets involved. Drink driving, but very strange. Don't drink and drive because you might hit a speed bump and spill the drink. That's like my favorite joke. I have very complex, smart, intelligent humor. That's not a real stock photo. Someone just thought, well, it's quirky, we'll put it here, and people will believe it. Well, not me, sucker. This is a real one. Because you can just tell. It just shows that goldfish are disgusting, but people are so cruel they still would shoot one so they can eat one because some people are hungry. Is that old Jacksepticeye? Tell me that's not Jacksepticeye. That is Sean right there in the flesh. Jack? Sean? First of all, why'd you call your channel Jacksepticeye? I don't get it. I'm not even gonna comment on the thing in Z. That is Jacksepticeye. His dad. Granddad. Jacksepticeye with makeup and a wig. I don't subscribe. Don't drink and drive, kids, because you might hit a stop sign. No, fucked up the easiest joke.